Wellesley, Brookline, cities and towns that have so much more resources than the city of Boston.
Boston City Councilwoman Julia Mejia thinks more migrants can be placed outside of Boston.
I think everybody needs to start opening up their doors because this is a shared responsibility.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a Boston area couple who have invited illegal aliens, asylum seekers, immigrants, whatever you want to call them, to their home. Now, this is crazy, and I'm sure that it will end perfectly well and nobody will have any problems inviting total strangers from a foreign land into your house. Okay, now, before we get into the video of these people, there's so much. First of all, I wonder if these people were the ones who said, hey, if you're not vaxxed, don't be anywhere near me, stay inside your home, lock down. Do you think that these migrants have all their shots for regular basic stuff that you got in high school in the 1960s, let alone the new virus that's floating around? I think not. That might bring some medieval disease right to your home, let alone the danger and the language barrier and all that good stuff. Okay? Tu hablas español, parlez-vous français, or you just speak regular English, Bostonian, Kaba, that type of English. Is that all you speak or what? Now, as you saw from the very beginning, the city councilwoman said, hey, what about these areas outside the city, like Brookline? You guys have all the resources, all the space to house these people. Well, a couple from Brookline specifically has stepped up to the plate, and they're going to bring migrants into their home. Now, before I go any further, let's get into the video here. And of course, link as always will be in the box. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Family is opening their doors to a migrant family that once slept on the floor at Logan Airport, and they're encouraging other people to help out in the same way during this housing crisis.
Now, how about you guys? Are you going to bring any migrants into your home because they were laid on the floor at Boston Logan Airport? Is that what you're going to do? How about people that smoke crack for a living outside? Are you going to invite them into your house? Or maybe they don't smoke crack. Maybe they're just out there. They're kind of down on their luck or whatever. Are you going to invite them into your home?
It all comes as Boston leaders worry about opening up more shelter space in the city and where that space will be. WBZ's Brandon Truitt is live in Brookline with the growing divide in this migrant debate. His story all new at 8. Brandon?
Well, Lisa, with the state shelters at capacity and, of course, those images of those families sleeping at Logan Airport, the Stokes family said they knew it was time for them to step up and help.
The family is lovely. They're so appreciative. It's been wonderful.
When Colin and Jessica Stokes called the state to sign up to be a host family, it took less than an hour for the displaced migrants to be dropped off at their door.
I gotta get sheets on the bed. How many people are coming? Right. Where are they from? What ages? We really knew nothing.
So you knew nothing. You're just gonna just blindly say, hey, just bring whoever you want to my house. You don't know where they're coming from, how old they are, or anything like that. Yo, just come on in. It's all good. This right here is part of the problem with a place like Boston and other parts of the country. People like this who accept these individuals, the migrants, who accept the open border. I'm not anti-immigration specifically, but let's come through the border the right way. Let's actually go through a legal process. Why must we just bogart the border and then have these morons right here just bring them on into their house with open arms, into your community?
It is so clearly overwhelming.
The family of 4 who didn't want to go on camera had been sleeping at Logan Airport. The parents and 2 kids journeyed from Chile to Texas, then Massachusetts, and there are so many stories like it.
Is Chile a place where you have to run away from and seek asylum? Are there no other places in South America that could have been a better place? Argentina right there, Paraguay, Uruguay, Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil, okay, Grenada, some of the islands right there, Mexico, Guatemala. You can't go anywhere like that. You got to come all the way to the USA to quote unquote seek asylum. Is that what's going on? Okay, That's fine.
Boggles the mind that there are so many hundreds of those stories and those people who are in such a stressful, traumatic transition.
It comes as the state's newest emergency shelter in Roxbury reached its capacity of 400 people in a week. An office building in Boston Seaport could be the next site, but there are concerns.
Having a site with no running water, no showers, to me, would be a non-starter.
It is incredible to observe on the front lines how challenging it is.
The Stokes are getting a closer look at the state's migrant crisis than they ever imagined.
I bet they are. They're getting an up close and personal look at the migrant crisis. And you know what? I don't wish any harm on these people. Just to be clear, I don't wish any harm on these people. But I mean, at a certain point, we got to have common sense to click in here. If you're inviting these people from all over the world into your house, you don't know what's going on, where they really come from, what they've done in their past. You don't know anything about them. And you say, hey, just come to my house and stay here. You have no clue what you are signing yourself up for, and it might not end very well for you. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not doing that. You could be a local resident that I see every day. I'm not inviting you to my house. No way, no how. Matter of fact, some of my family members are not going to be able to even step foot in my house, let alone stay somewhere with a bed and sheets and clothes and luggage and all that good stuff.
Stress, the need to fix it, is greater than many of us know.
Just the dysfunction is really disheartening, and I know that really well-intentioned people are working as hard as they can. It's a state of emergency, but it is distressing to see the volume.
And you know, Lisa, they spoke with us tonight to try to inspire other families to maybe sign up and help as well. Those kids are still waiting to be enrolled in schools. The parents are ready to get to work, but they have been told that their work authorization forms could take months to process.
I bet it will take months to process. You know, so meanwhile, they're just going to be chilling on the couch, okay, eating empanadas and all that good stuff. But so that's what's going on out there in Brookline, Massachusetts, in the Boston area. You have families that are inviting migrants into their own homes. Now, I wonder how many families are out there like this. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of, guilty white liberals, black liberals. Sometimes they'll open their house up and say, hey, come on in. Meanwhile, people on the streets homeless all day long in Boston, New York, etc. You're not going to open your door to them. But for this, you want to do it. Why? Because the media said it would be a good thing, because you see these images all the time on television of the people in Boston Logan Airport. Maybe you were flying somewhere and you went through Logan and you saw some migrants right there on the ground and say, hey, I want to adopt some migrants, bring them into my home. Maybe that's what's going on. But as I close, I want to say this. Personally, if you ask for my opinion about this, I would say don't do this. I think it's not really safe. Again, I'm not inviting pretty much anybody in my house. I mean, you could be a local resident. You could be somebody I know. You coming into my house and staying and living, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, because that could end very, very badly. You don't know what somebody's on. It could be a drug addict. You have no clue what's happening until it happens. Now you're in a bad situation. So this is very risky, very dangerous. I don't recommend it. But if people are doing it, all that's going to do, really, because they may think they're putting a dent in the housing problem, but all you're going to do is invite more of them there. Hey, let's go to Boston. You got these rich white Americans opening their house up. Okay, let's go there. All you're going to see is an influx of more people. You're not going to see a decrease in the population of these so-called unhoused migrants, or whatever you want to call them. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what's happening here in the Boston area with these families taking in illegal aliens, asylum seekers, migrants, whatever you want to call them? Is it a good thing, bad thing? You don't really care. You're like, hey, man, Darwin, let it just happen and see what comes next. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I am no fan of this because, in part, it just invites more of these so-called migrants to the USA. If they think they're going to have housing, if they think they're going to have jobs and food and money, you're just going to invite more. Which is why when you're talking about left coast California, they spend so many billions of dollars on homelessness. all that it does is create more of it, because people are like, hey, I can just live wherever I want, get free needles from my drug addiction. I can get free food. I can get free. I'm getting benefits to be homeless. Why not? It's always sunny. Never really rained Southern California. I'll just go be a dope fiend in LA. Have a good old time. That's what's happening when you enable such behavior. You're going to get more of it. You're not really going to get less of it. So it'll never really end. You're just encouraging more of the same. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.